Happy Survivor Series weekend! 35 years ago, we had two of the most iconic superstars enter the WWF ring. One for one of the greatest gimmicks ever, and the other is Gobbledy Gooker. I bought this on eBay. I have enough Undertakers through the years. I did not have a Gobbledy Gooker. Now there's been talks even back in Jack Pacific that they were gonna make one. And then Mattel even showed off a prototype and never released it until just a few years ago. Released it in a bundle pack with The Undertaker and an egg. I've been waiting, itching to unbox this guy. Yeah, I could have done it for Thanksgiving, but it's Survivor Series, baby. Let's take a look at the box from top to bottom. This looks amazing. Not only do you get a Gobbledy Gooker action figure, but then you get the head, and we'll talk about that later. Then you get an extra set of hands. On the sides, you've got that big old giant head. On the other side, you only have Gobbledy Gooker, and then on the back, you've got a nice toy photography of Gobbledy Gooker and Mean Gene dancing around. And then on one side, you've got stats for the Gobbledy Gooker. On the other, live action shot of Gobbledy Gooker making his escape. And at the bottom, you got a small little synopsis of who or what happened here. Before I unbox it, I want to talk a little bit of trivia and about the box. Like, it doesn't come with a little tab for you to hang it on your pegs. It says 5'10", Hector Guerrero's height. Yes, it was Hector Guerrero in that suit, in the original suit. Later on, he did reprise his role at WrestleMania 17, where he had to wear that head because I'm guessing they probably lost that original head. Gobbledy! I am not going to keep this box. Already smells really, really good. Yeah, that smells so good. This is pretty heavy as well. Let's get them out. It comes with an extra set of open hands. And that's really nice, the way it's painted on. And then what's really nice and accurate right here is the little straps painted on right there, because he's holding down the arm part of the costume by his thumb. Extra head. This actually, I don't think looks pretty cool. It looks ridiculous, and it's just a little over the top. I'm glad that they included it because he did come out in WrestleMania 17 in the gimmick battle royal with this giant stupid head. But this is the one I really like. Look at that. That looks so badass. That looks so cool. I know the reception to the Gobbledy Gooker was not a positive one. I lived through that. I didn't know what was gonna pop out of that egg.
Everybody has speculated as to what might be in the egg. Is it a dinosaur? Is it a rabbit? Balloons? Is it the Playmate of the Month?
I didn't think this thing was. And years later, I think back on it fondly. That's why I got this guy. Let's take a look at the way he's built up. First, let's pop off the head. The texture is amazing. The look of it is really cool. Yes, it's made out of plastic, but they did their best to make it look like it's made out of some sort of clothing material. And then the eyes, I remember the eyes, they look like golf balls. That looks so cool. So the outfit, the upper body, I'm trying to figure out like what kind of upper body that are they using. Is this a complete brand new mold? Because the outer piece is just plastic. No, it looks like this is all brand new. Like even the top part. Doesn't look like they're reusing any real parts here. That looks pretty cool. Then the legs, well, they could have used anybody's legs and then just painted it on. And it is double jointed at the knees. How about the elbows? There ain't that much articulation at the elbows, so it almost doesn't matter if it's double jointed, but I really want to see if it is or not. I think it is. New molds for these feet. You see the boot underneath? That's real nice detail. Talon going over that boot. That looks pretty darn badass. And just because this is probably going to be the only time I'm ever going to use this head, WrestleMania 17 Gobbledy Gooker. See, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't have as much charisma as this one. Stupid big head. It's dumb. I don't like it. Yeah. Oh, what? There we go. It snapped back in. My final thoughts. This is an awesome action figure, but I do have a couple of complaints. That shoulder popping off, I didn't like that. And then the articulation is very limited by all the plastic that they used to mold his outfit. I think it would have worked really well if they would have used some cloth to make his outfit. At least the outer garments, because he can't really do much. Okay, he didn't do much during his little dance in the ring. He's cool. I have enough Undertakers, and I'm glad to have this guy in my collection. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you have them and if you have a few issues with it. Till next time. I really do hope you enjoyed this, and I really appreciate your support. Don't send me any money. I don't have any Patreon, so if you could, please just hit that like, hit that subscribe, and maybe share. If you can check out, maybe click this video, or maybe even click whatever that is right here. What is that? How did it get here? Bye!